Hello and welcome to Around the Air Force. I'm Senior Airman Renee Carberry. When conducting a training exercise, there's one group of airmen whose blood and sweat makes a major impact. Airman First Class Tori Patterson introduces us to some medical airmen with a unique skill set.
This day room inside a vacated residence hall at Langley Air Force Base is busier this morning than it's probably ever been in years. In just 2 hours, an active shooter exercise begins nearby. To prepare for the event, airmen from the 633rd Medical Group are putting their Moulage skills to the test.
1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8.
There are historical records of people practicing medical Moulage since ancient times. But for today's exercise, these airmen are creating bullet wounds to make the planned active shooter scenario all the more realistic for first responders at the scene.
So today it's an active shooter exercise, and all our patients have gunshot wounds. Whether it be to the chest, the abdomen, or the head, our team is responsible for making sure those injuries look real.
And realistic is exactly what a Moulage artist aims for when turning their willing victims into a canvas of wax and fake blood.
Or the closer we can tailor it to having it be more real and have it kind of push that boundary, we can actually get them to see, okay, yeah, there's a wound here. If I see a wound in reality, it's going to trigger more things in your brain when the actual event happens.
Preparing for real-world scenarios is critical to Air Force readiness. Creating the Moulage wounds seen on exercise participants is just one unique way medical airmen are keeping Langley mission ready. Airman First Class Tori Patterson, Langley Air Force Base, Virginia.
Now we go to Staff Sergeant Elena Richard for a look at what's going on around the Air Force.
Thank you, Airman Carberry. The Air Force participated in the first Israeli blue flag exercise at Uvda Air Force Base, Israel. The exercise objectives were to improve operational capabilities and combat effectiveness of the participating nations and to foster combined relations, cultural understanding, and combat experience. For more on this story, visit AFLINK. The 82nd Aerial Target Squadron received the last of the refurbished Vietnam-era QF-4 aerial targets, which spent more than 20 years in the Air Force Boneyard at Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, Arizona, before being brought back to life for one last mission. For more on this story, visit AFLINK. Pentagon officials advised service members to begin gathering documentation to file their 2013 taxes. For filing information and resources, visit the Military OneSource website. Back to you, Airman Carberry.
Thank you, Sergeant Richard. A group of students get an early jump start into the job market. Tech Sergeant Bert Trainer gives us a look at Germany, where the children are shown multiple career possibilities.
Do you remember what you wanted to be when you grew up? These elementary school students have already decided.
French artist, a veterinarian, painter, speak French.
Just in case that changes, Vogelweh Elementary School held its first career day to offer a little sample of possibilities.
I think it's important because a lot of the kids think their parents just Air Force or just Army all day, but this gives them an opportunity to check out all the different careers that are not only in the military, but the different careers in the world. They get really stuck on, I want to be a video game designer, or I want to be a veterinarian, and they forget that there's so many other jobs out there. So this was just giving them a taste of what there is out there.
A constant rotation involving 30 teachers and more than 500 students met 65 different presenters who each get a chance to convince their young audience of what makes their career unique. While some kids might have discovered their new careers today,
The firefighter,
others still have their minds made up.
designer. When I grow up, I want to be a gymnast.
Tech Sergeant Bert Trainer, Kaiserslautern, Germany.
For more on today's top stories, visit AFLINK. From the Air Force Broadcasting Service at Fort Meade, Maryland, I'm Senior Airman Renee Carberry. Thanks for watching.